Yeah, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It works now. I'm chairing an Austrian NGO called Eco-Social Forum, and within this initiative, we try to support what is called the Global Marshall Plan. And maybe many here know what it is, but basically it is nothing else than to give two different answers to two decisive questions of the world. So one could also say we are dealing with a kind of two wings of this Global Marshall Plan. One wing tries to give an answer to the question what are the best forms for development cooperation, and the other one is which concept do we need in our economy. Basically, one could also say, how do we want to live? This way or this way? And as always, we have for everything a good answer. So, the real question is, why do we need an eco-social market economy? I think the decisive question is that all the concepts so far, which were focusing only on one of the core elements of our society, failed. And as Nick Stern some time ago said, the climate change and the consequences of climate change is the biggest failure in our economy. So in the past we have seen totally liberalized market economy concepts, we have seen extreme socialism, and sometimes we have also seen kind of eco-terrorism. But what we need is a balanced concept, a balance between market economy, ecology, and social responsibility. And maybe in addition to that, this concept should have a fourth dimension, and this is the question how we integrate our culture into economic and social model. In principle, this is not pure theory. Also, the European Union is following this concept. If you read the Article 3 in the Lisbon Treaty, the goals of the community, then you will see there all these three elements, and also the request that these three elements should be dealt with in a sustainable way. Therefore, for our workshop in the afternoon, I think there are a few key questions which we should try to answer. The first question is quality of life without economic growth. Is this a fiction, or could this become reality? Especially, it seems to me that it is important that we discuss how can we go, as the Commission, the European Commission recently said, beyond GDP growth. We must find new ways how to define quality of life. The second question is, how can we make the real costs more transparent? Only if we are able to show to everybody, to show to the man and woman on the street what is behind all the economic systems and what is behind why do we have so many problems in our economy? Why are we facing now a big crisis? Only if we are able to explain this, then we have a chance for change, and we have a chance that we are moving towards the right direction. And especially if you take the example of the financial industry, you will see that intransparency is almost the principle in this industrial sector. And we will see a total failure also of all the initiatives of the G20 and others if we are not more transparent. And here we could look at more transparency also in many other economic systems, be it energy production, be it also, for example, different industrial sectors, be it agriculture, be it fishery, and many others. The question number 3 is the question of justice. The most obvious example at the moment, and mostly discussed globally, is the question related to climate justice. And here we need a huge change because our system at present, we have heard already in the morning that America and Europe alone produce 60% of the greenhouse gas emissions, so this is anything else than just. There a total change is needed, but how to do that? And another question is also that as a consequence of climate change, at the moment, the part of the world which is not responsible for the big greenhouse gas emissions is more affected by these emissions or by the consequences of the emissions, and at the same time more and more people, and not less, are starving from hunger and other huge problems. So how can we bring justice into an economic system? Or take another example, the fact that the interests paid every year from the southern world to the northern world are a bigger amount than the whole development cooperation. I mean, this is also something which shows how unjust our global economic system is. Therefore, we should take this opportunity, the present situation, to move the world and the economies forward, and especially Europe. I mean, we should be a bit careful here. We tend to say, after all what we have seen, all the crises, the American system, the communist system, and other systems, the European economic model is the only good model in the world. But we will nobody convince that this theory is right if we are not able to implement this model properly here in Europe and show with good practice that this model is really the best one. In this sense, action is needed. Thank you.